Alright, so I want to talk about something. My dad, he's 80 years old, right? And these dang doctors are trying to say that he has prostate cancer, stage 4 uncurable prostate cancer. And I argue this from so many points because it's like this doctor was pressing so hard for him to take a clinical trial drug, Orgovix or something like that. It's a little pill, 120 milligrams, I believe. They sent my dad the pamphlet. It says in the pamphlet not that it's too much risk for him at his age, so he said he don't want to do that. Then the doctor tries real hard to get him on the Lupron shot. He's taking the Casodex, which is also called bicalutamide, and this doctor's pressing hard. So I'm sitting up here like, okay, well, what's the risk? Like, my dad asking for the risk and all. There's a whole bunch of bullshit with this damn doctor on the risk. So it's the risk and then it's the pricing, because my dad was going to take it, but he didn't want to take it if the insurance didn't cover it. The Orgovix, whatever this damn pill is, like, let me see if it's over here. Oh, he got it all so piled up, actually. That he would have to pay like $1,600 coming out of pocket. It was like $2,800 for the drug, and the insurance covered so much, and he would have to pay. Anyways, what clicked one day is when this doctor is talking to my dad, and I record all of these conversations, not for lawsuit, it's just to understand, because this is interesting to me. So the doctor says, one day, you have stage 4 prostate cancer, metastasis to the bones. It's uncurable. So at that point, it's like, why are you trying to put him on medications if it's uncurable? I've looked up Lupron. You know, it's for palliative care. He has no pain or any of that. So this is the fucked up part, because when we first talked to him, he started bringing up started reading the medical notes from when my dad was at a whole nother hospital. He's bringing that in as assurance and continuing off that. So it made no sense. And this was over, this was in like 1985, somewhere around there. It was years ago, before I was fucking born. I was born in 92. So my dad had opted in for some radiation treatment, but they told him he didn't have cancer. He just opted in for that because it was something that they was trying to do. I don't know what the fuck. I don't really know. He just opted into that free. I recorded that conversation with me and my dad. But, you know, I just feel like it's a decent time to record all these conversations for memory, because we talk, we chop it up. And I know that my dad's not going to be here forever. He's 80 years old. I'm 29 years old. I've had a blessed father. Like, dead ass. Like, my dad is like an awesome he was a great fucking dad. I had everything I wanted as a child. He was a great fucking dad. So it's just good to have these conversations so I can listen to him and have good memories and listen to the good conversation that we have and just reflect on the childhood and whatnot. So anyways, the day that this doctor said that you have stage 4 prostate cancer, uncurable, it clicked to me. He's trying to monetize this situation. Why would you go that hard? He doesn't have a single fucking care at all, because yet nobody showed my dad nothing. Nobody went over my dad with nothing. The addressing of a patient's concern and their health is not a mandatory thing with doctors, and it's a disconnect when newer generations start taking over these positions. Like, I took my dad to urgent care one time because he was bleeding. He had blood in his urine. Got the COVID shot. I look up on Google and Twitter and all that, see that a lot of people have complaining of having blood in their urine after getting the COVID shot. So I'm like, oh, we'll see. It stopped now. I take him to the urgent care. I see the disconnect from the generation of people that's around my age, how it transitioned out the modern day time workforce, and it blew my mind to see this fucking dumbass girl talking about Rick Ross. So I hear another patient, old man, he's old too. He's on the far right in another little not a room, we're in it's urgent care, so they got us like the little sheets that go around, whatever the hell they call curtains, I mean. They're saying, oh yeah, Mr. Whoopty Whoop, you're gonna have to get booked into you're getting booked, whatever. So he's sad. He's sad because, it's something going on. He had no family around him at all. Oh, my shit's sideways. Damn, y'all got to turn it sideways to see me. So it blew my mind to see the disconnect. And I'm looking at this lady. She got the little camera. I mean, the little computer that they roll around with, but she's watching YouTube videos. So here it is from a patient's view. It's life and death on the line. There's no emergence in solving a problem. Even with my chart, it's a disconnect. With the pandemic times, hospitals think they're probably killing it. But here, it's not an emergency. It's just urgent care. You're going through there. So to see the process of the patient's viewpoint, me as a third wheel observer of the whole situation, it's no care. It's no real addressing issues. You know, they want to prescribe medication, but they don't want to address problems. You know, they got all this shit. Like one thing, for example, they say that my dad has hydronephrosis, something like that, where it's fluid buildup in his kidneys. No doctor at all has talked to him about this. No doctor has even went over what the fuck it is, and it's my chart. I'm over here Googling shit. Nobody has talked to him about this at all. So with them not addressing the issue, long term, it's going to become another problem that lands him in a hospital again because they're not solving the issue. So I'm going doing scientific research from the government on how to address this issue. Nobody's addressing it. Then on top of that, I try to make a appointment with urologists because I'm not going to get into all that. I'm going to just say this. This is what we knew was some fuck shit. The urologist just tells my dad he doesn't know why this oncologist is putting him on this medication. He's going off of his ethnicity and the age. So you start to see that at a certain point in time, I don't want to say the wrong words, you know, but I have a complaint. So I'm not going to talk about it a lot, but I'm very stressed out. I just put it like this. This is what I end up finding out. Because in a medical practice, and I started to learn that racism does play a big thing. It does. Because if you go back then when the medical practice started, when America's not that old. So you start to see this, institutional racism and systemic racism in America in the medical practice when there was people trying to take care of their own people. And at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. You know, your comfortability with people who look like you. It goes back to animal nature, bro. It's just a common sense. It goes back to like tribes, and you know, it's still tribes that exist to this day. It's Indian tribes, African tribes, it's European. I don't know what they call them, tribes or whatnot, but it goes back to that. You have, we'll say, communities. You know, you have communities, groups. You know, you can tell when you're kind of welcome, but a lot of people weren't able to solve a problem for their people. And my thing is this: it should be doctors of the same ethnicity solving these issues. So it's like, well, where are the black doctors at? Because they do all this marketing with a black patient when they want to serve you these drugs. And I looked and I found, I'm going to continue this later because I don't want to be talking too much. I'm going to continue this later.